2 sessions you have had, Miss Hannah, and you have been learning about Jesus' offices. What was one of those offices that you talked about? Sila? Okay, one of those was Jesus' prophet. Who will provide a brief summary of what Jesus as our prophet looks like? Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
A prophet is someone who goes out of the way and teaches God's word and preaches and everything.
Okay, yeah. So we get this prophet, priest, and king thing. I guess that's what the second and the third one. We get those from different roles that they had in ancient Israel. So prophet, someone who spoke God's word to people. What about priest? And you know, Jesus. There's a lot of things in the Bible written by Jesus, spoken by Jesus. You know, everything ultimately is from Jesus in the Bible. How about that priest? How did Jesus function as a priest? How does he function as a priest? Lillian, were you in class on Sunday?
No.
Okay. Gabe, were you in class on Sunday? How does Jesus function as a priest for us?
He functions as a priest.
Or maybe it's easier. What did priests do in the Old Testament?
Pray for other people.
Okay, that's part of it. Okay.
They set sacrifices for God.
Okay, they were offering sacrifices. Things were a little different than they are now. You had to offer up various sacrifices to God. All those things pointed ahead to Jesus. So once Jesus came, how did he function as priest? Okay.
He gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay, he gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. Awesome. Now tonight we're going to learn about Jesus' work as king. Let's open up to John 10, 1 through 18. John chapter 10, 1 through 18. I didn't grab your Bible either. If you have one of the Bibles here at church, it's page 1633. Yes. John chapter 10. 1633. Thumbs up once you've reached it. People online as well, thumbs up for me, so I know.
What is it?
John chapter 10, verses 1 through 18. So it's right on the screen. Jesus is the good shepherd. Thumbs up when you got there. 1, 2, 3. Christian, are you there?
Almost.
Okay. Next. Okay, next. Working on it. So keep going.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Oh, you just flip right to it? Nice. We're going to take turns reading this section. So it's a lot of verses, 18 verses. I'm going to read verse 1, and then I'll say your name when I want you to read verse 2. So people online, be ready. So this is chapter 10. Very truly I tell you, Very truly I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheep's pen by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber. Gabe,
The man who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep.
Aiden,
The gatekeeper only, or gatekeeper opens the gate for them, and the sheep listen to his voice. He calls to them sheep by name and leads them on.
Gabe, oh, that's okay, we'll keep going. Ethan, first one.
When he has brought out all his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice.
William,
But they will never follow a stranger, and that they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice.
Stephen,
This figure of speech is Jews but they did not understand what he was saying.
Christian, verse 7.
Therefore Jesus said again, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep.
Max, verse 8. Max, John 10, verse 8.
Okay. All robbers, but the sheep had not listened to them.
All have come before me are thieves and robbers, but she do not listen to them. Emma, verse 9.
I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. Oh, they will come in and go out and find the pasture.
Yeah, thank you. Caleb, verse 10. Caitlin, are you?
I have a Bible, but I can never find anything in it.
Okay.
So it's taking me a while to find the thing I need.
Okay, well, how about you just keep listening then? Gabe, or I'll take verse 10 then. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Gabe, verse 11.
I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for sheep.
Aiden.
The hired man is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep. So when he sees the wolf coming, he abandons the sheep and runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock and scatters them.
Gabe.
The man runs away because he is a hired hand. Hired hand and cares nothing for sheep.
Ethan. Verse 14.
I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and my sheep know me.
Lily. Verse 15.
Okay, so I'm 15.
Yep.
Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.
Zero.
And the health of the sheep out of his soul, and strength him also in day was his own voice. There will be no flock, one shepherd.
Christian. Christian, verse 17 then.
The reason my father loves me is that I lay down my life only to take it up again. Take it up.
Max, verse 18.
What?
verse 18.
Okay, no one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. This command I received from my Father.
All right, thank you. Make sure you stay open. We're going to keep looking at John 10. So we call this the Good Shepherd Discourse. Discourse is just a fancy word for speech or saying. What was the job? What was the shepherd's job? What's the shepherd's job, Lillian?
To watch over the sheep, make sure you're safe.
Okay, watch over the sheep, make sure they're safe. Next, are we going to go to charter? Sounds good. Yep, protect and guard sheep. That's pretty easy, pretty obvious. So according to verses 4 and 5, how trusting are sheep of their shepherd? I'll read those verses for us again. When he has brought out all his own, he goes on ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice. How trusting are sheep of the shepherd, Lillian?
The sheep are very, the sheep are just very interesting of their shepherd.
Okay, yeah, very trusting. Very trusting, yeah. They listen to his voice, they'll follow him, right? What was an important part of a shepherd's job is to protect his sheep? Gabe?
Like, I don't know what that specific, like, the lay down for life.
Okay, so it says, you see verse 12, you want to read verse 12 all out for us?
The hired man is not the shepherd who owns the sheep, so when he sees the wolf coming, he abandons the sheep and runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock and scatters it.
Okay, yeah, so you're right. Lay down his life for the sheep. Don't, or maybe not lay down his life, I mean, he's going to try and beat the wolf if he can. But he's not going to run away like just a hired person would, because, well, why wouldn't the shepherd just run away from the sheep? Or run away if there's a wolf? See that? See that?
Because that's what he's out to us,
Yeah, okay. You want to ask him what you did?
What was the question?
Why is the shepherd protecting the sheep in the first place?
The shepherd protects the sheep because
Okay, you want to give it a shot?
Because he carries the sheep.
Okay, yeah, he cares for the sheep. So his job is to fight off predators, and he cares about these sheep. We have a shepherd, Jesus, right? This is what this whole long section is all about. Jesus doesn't really care if you're good at being a shepherd. It doesn't really matter to him. What he wants us to think about is how he is our shepherd, how he cares for us, how he would lay down his life for us. What did we need our shepherd Jesus to do for us? I'll read verse 11 and verse 15. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. And then verse 15, just as the Father knows me and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. What did Jesus, our good shepherd, do for us? Louder?
Lay down his life for us.
Okay, he laid down his life for us. Absolutely. He died for us. What did Jesus mean when speaking to his Jewish disciples? He said that he had sheep that were not of the current sheep pen. This is sort of a tricky question. What did Jesus mean? Speaking to his disciples, they're people who are believers, Jewish believers specifically. He said that he had sheep that were not part of the current sheep pen. Anyone have any guesses, ideas? This is a tough question. Emma?
They were lost, but they would hopefully find their way to his peace.
Okay, so there's some people who are lost, finding a way. Sure, Lillian?
He meant he meant like, he'd bring like people like, I guess, people like English, I guess.
Sure.
English and Jews, the Jewish, and
Yeah, so some people who weren't Jewish,
yeah.
some people who were from a different place, who had a different background, different race, different culture, those people would also get to go to heaven. But Jesus didn't just die for just the Jews, he died for everyone, right? A shepherd might lay down his life for the benefit of his sheep. As our shepherd, Jesus would lay down his life for us. What was unique about Jesus' work as our shepherd? Verse 18 says, "No one takes my life from me, but I lay it down on my own accord." That means, when I want to, I'm laying it down. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. This command I received from my Father. What is unique about Jesus' work as our shepherd? Sela?
Let's see, I just believe that, he died for us and also he gives us miracles sometimes and gives us other means, and wants to give us miracles,
So you're saying providing more than just salvation for us, like other blessings too? Okay. Yeah, he does definitely provide other blessings for us, which is amazing. I think in this particular passage, we're kind of focusing on the I have authority to take it up again, that I can take my life up again. And obviously when he does that, he's giving us a lot of blessings, right? So, Jesus is not going to stay there. If you haven't been writing these down yet, go ahead. I want to watch you write them down. This is important stuff. So you can open up your book then. We're on page 45 of the workbook. Yeah, and we're just going to the next page then. So if you're not writing these down, please do. Page 45. So God often referred to kings as shepherds of his people. I'll read Psalm 7, or Dave, you had time. You're going to read Psalm 78, verses 70 through 72 for us. We're going to see how the work of a king is similar to the work of a shepherd. You do too? Okay, sounds good. You'll take the next one then. So Psalm 78, 70 through 72.
Like 70 through 72?
78, 70, or yeah, verses 70 through 72.
He chose David, his servant, and took him from the sheep pens. From tending the sheep, he brought him to be the shepherd of his people, Jacob, of Israel, his inheritance. And David shepherded them, with integrity of heart, with skillful hands he led them.
How's the work of king similar to the work of the shepherd, which we just heard about in this passage? Okay.
He was like guiding them like sheep and telling them what to do, basically.
Okay, as the king, David is guiding the people of Israel, right? He's making sure they get enough to eat. He protects them from their enemies. He's doing things that a shepherd would do. So a king guards and protects his people like a shepherd does for sheep. You can write that down. Give you 10 seconds. This is one of our key terms, king. A person chosen to lead and protect a group of people. Make sure you get this one down. A person chosen to lead and protect a group of people. A person chosen to lead and protect a group of people. We don't have a lot of kings around today, but if you think about similar to the president, how the president is supposed to guard us, protect us. Kings are even more so. They have, absolute power. They can do whatever they want. Yes, Eva. That's a good question. I don't know how many kings there are.
There's a king that went down, somewhere in England. Somebody,
Yeah, really old person.
now, they don't like me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something, and I guess,
Maybe that's something we can talk about after class.
yeah.
You can research it and you can get back to us. Yeah, I don't know how many things are in the world. We're not going to have time to read these passages, so I'll answer the question for us. How did Jesus serve as our king through his earthly ministry? Okay, maybe we should read one of them. Tina, can you read the 1 John 3:8 passage for us? What's up? Oh, it's time to read. Very close. Do one of those.
It's for my late.
So Sela's going to read 1 John 3:8b for us. We'll just read 1 John 3:8. Verse 8.
Whoever makes a practice of sinning is of the
So 1 John 3:8. I think it might be a different chapter. I'll read it then. No, you're good. Thank you for trying. No, you're good. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work. If you think about kings, they are very mighty in battle. They go out and defeat their foes. Jesus defeated our foe, our enemy, the devil. He died and rose and defeated sin, death, the devil, right? And if you remember, we spoke those words, what does this mean section of the second article, right? Purchased and won us from sins, from all sins, from death, and the power of the devil. So you can write this down. This is Jesus working as our king. He is like our military commander. Kings are in charge of the army. Jesus is in charge of defeating Satan forever. That is his primary job as king. We're going to also see that Jesus, he's still ruling today. He defeated the devil, and he's also in charge of the world. So there's two parts to his being king. We're not going to have a ton of time for this. So we're not going to go through this Ephesians section. I encourage you to do so. I know it's a really good section of the Bible. Basically, Jesus has forgiven us, and now Jesus has power above everything else. So write down this one from number 10. He is above every other power and authority. This is a good way to summarize the second half of this lesson.
Can you go back to number 9?
So number 9 is something you'll have to work through on your own, okay, Max? We're not gonna have enough time today to get through it. So go through it, read the passages, especially Ephesians 1:18 through 23, and you'll be able to find the answers, okay? But this is number 10. It's a good summary of the whole second part. Jesus is above every other power and authority. So we know that Jesus is working today to keep us safe from evil, to keep us safe from sin. So he defeated the devil as our king, and he's still ruling, still in charge of the world today. Make sense? All right. And please do go through these things on your own. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Talking about Judgment Day, Jesus coming back. Let's get this one. Judgment Day. Write this one down. This is all one. It's on the next page, top of 47. Judgment Day. A day coming at an unknown time when Jesus will return to bring believers to heaven and sentence unbelievers to hell. Oh, in book 11. Oh. Oh. So Judgment Day, a day coming at an unknown time when Jesus will return to bring believers to heaven and sentence unbelievers to hell. A day coming at an unknown time when Jesus will return to bring believers to heaven, and sentence unbelievers to hell. Okay, don't pack up yet. I'm not quite done. Gabriel. Our homework for next time, you should already know this, but write it down just to be sure. Third article, plus the what does this mean? Just work at it every single day. Go through it 3 times a day. Once when you get up in the morning, once when you get home from school, once before you go to bed at night. Okay? You will get these things done. You are capable. You're very smart. All of you are very, very intelligent. You're working as hard as you can. We're going to be happy with the results, but make sure you are working as hard as you can. Study these things. Revelation 1:7. Go back through this worksheet. I want you to come on Sunday and have all of this stuff filled out. And worksheet 10 is a good summary of all 3 of Jesus' offices. Okay?
Okay.
Take a minute to fill it out.
Done.
Done?
Yes. Wait. 27.
All right, let's close with prayer then tonight. We pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all that you've done for us. Jesus came not only to defeat the devil as our king, but he also rules today. He's working this world for our benefit. He's still in charge today. Thank you so much for those blessings. Continue to be with us. Help us as we strive to learn more about you and your word. Bless us every single day. In Jesus' name, amen. People online, thank you so much for joining, okay? Take care, have a nice night. Bye. What's your